Okay, Mark, your box has arrived, so let's get things opened up. Right. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, it's a very nice looking Willard. This is a 1971 6105 8110 from January 71, and looking pretty good. Yeah. So, what are we going to do? Well, let's talk about what you've sent. So, this is an early resist text Willard. It's in very nice shape. Crystal looks very good. Let's just go through functionality here. Let's watch it go through its paces a little bit. Crown's a bit stiff, as you might expect. Does hack, it is running. Okay, date turns over. Condition wise, it's a good looking watch. It's definitely seen some water, which has worked on your lume a little bit. Now, I see you've sent me a set of hands, and honestly, I have some mixed feeling about hands. They have to be, yeah, these are aftermarket. So I think we had talked about that. So we'll talk about hands and lume and things like that. But what I can tell you is I have lume that is vintage lume that will look like your dial lume very nicely, in fact. And I can clean up your hands. The thing I'm always concerned about is whether or not this hand represents what the watch is about. Because with these early watches in the 71s, you had a long sweep. And I just don't think the aftermarket hands really do anybody any justice. You know, your dial is great. It has a little bit of lume, effect of, the darkening. The hand lume is probably past it, but the hands themselves are actually pretty good. So if you want to keep your hands, I can match pretty well the lume. And actually, I think I can save your sweep hand lume because it's not bad. The yellow, at least the pink is still very good. So if I replace the white and leave the pink, you'll be in much better shape. So we'll talk about that. We'll go through a couple things. All right. Condition-wise, the case is very good. No real big chunks or dinks or donks. Really nice finish on the case. The insert looks very good. The crystal is very nice. Everything looks good. Your crown locks as it should. Case back has seen a couple little, somebody tried to get in there perhaps with a screwdriver or something in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and take your case back off. We're going to look at the inside of the watch and see how that looks. So give me one moment. Okay, I'm back. Got it loosened up. So now let's go ahead and have a look together. Okay. No signs of service history in the case back. A little bit of dust and dirt. Alright, so as you might expect, this is a 6105B movement, which is the hacking movement. Very nice. Chamfered edges on things. Prettier pretty movement, in my opinion. It's very nice. All right, so let's go ahead and put some full power in your mainspring. Let's just check and see. Yeah, it's wobbly. Okay, so you're in store for a arbor jeweling, as all of them are. You can never really get away with that, unfortunately. Okay, so that's your mainspring powered. We're going to have a look on the time grapher and see the condition, and then we can see what's in store. Be right back. Okay, so it's a watch that definitely needs service. It's not running at its best. Amplitude is quite low. It's out of adjustment, but this sort of scatter in the signal implies that there's a lubricant, there's dry condition, there's a lot of loss in the train, and so as a consequence, you're seeing that here. So certainly service. So let's come back and talk a little bit more about cosmetics. Okay, well, so let me show you something, and maybe this will help your decision a little bit about what to do with the hands. Dial is great. It's really quite good, and we don't touch that at all. The hands, they're sort of past the point of really saving the loom, but I think the second hand is actually not as bad as it may first appear. Let me show you a watch that I have added my vintage loom to the hands. Now the hands on this watch were rough. They were pretty bad. They were essentially similar to yours. I took the old loom out and I added this loom that I utilized to mimic the color, the texture, the consistency of the loom of the dial. And I think it works really well. Let me see if the turning off the light will show you the amount of glow that's there. You can see, there's still glow, but it's of the same magnitude as the dial. And so what I do is I just ever so slightly add a fluorescent pigment to the dial, or to the loom. Now I wasn't able to do that with the stoplight, and you can see I put new loom in as the stoplight, so it glows on this watch. But for the rest of the watch, it's very consistent, and so I think that works. Sorry about the light. It works quite well as a vintage style loom. Now I won't have to do that with your stoplight. It's still quite good. But if you want me to make your watch look like this watch, I can do that. You just have to let me know. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sending this. I will send this video to you, and we can talk and discuss next steps, and we'll move forward as you like. Okay. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching.